Go flat tracker. Go flat tracker. Go, go, go. Go flat tracker. Go flat tracker. Go, go, go. Go flat tracker. Go flat tracker. Go, go,
The KLAVR
go.
Flat Track Pod is brought to you by our partners 193 Racing, INk, Classic Wheel Spokes and Otway Hydroblasting,
Trac Rite Suspension.
Euroka Fencing, and of course, KLAVR Flat Track products. They support us, so go support them. Now on to the episode. Go Flat Tracker.
Alrighty, so here we go. Another episode of the KLAVR Flat Track Pod, and on this one we're recapping round 6 and 7 of the Australian Flat Track Nationals up at Gunnedah, which I had the pleasure of going on a nice long road trip with my old man who's over from New Zealand, which was fantastic. Unfortunately, Mr. Tom Norby, who joins me on the other side of the world at the moment, which is somewhere up by Sydney, couldn't make it, unfortunately. He got called into work or something, mate.
Yeah, I had everything planned on Friday afternoon to make the trip up there, but yeah, got called in last minute and didn't get out till sort of late Saturday night. So yeah, no, it didn't happen. But yeah, I heard the event went very interestingly.
Yeah, so look, this one's not going to be a real long pod, guys, because we've managed to squeeze. Well, it's already almost a week since the event. I travelled for a couple of days afterwards. Well, yeah, nothing unusual actually. It's about a 4 or 5 days to get up there, do the racing, and get home normally anyway. So we went to Tamworth, took a picture of the big guitar, then we stayed at Echuca, had a look around in the morning. We didn't really do any touristy stuff, to be honest, and had a few breakfasts and meals and drove a fucking shitload. So that was pretty much how it went. Then I got home and it's just been working. Dad's been trying to help me fix things, as I was just saying to Tom off here, which I'm not sure is handy or not because he doesn't look 70. I introduced him to someone at the racing. I'm not going to mention your name, Wade Carter, and Wade Carter said we can decide what his comment meant about who looked older and who looked younger. But
Love you, Wade.
yeah, so I copped a bit of shit over the weekend, and I've got to admit I was a bit rugged. I was unshaven and etc., which I think slowed me down about a second and a bit off the pace of everyone else. So that's my excuse. So I'm sticking to it. It
Has
was
he
the
got more hair
facial
than
hair.
you?
Yes, on his face. He's got a long white beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he rolls his eyes every fucking time someone says, "Look at Santa." So you get you get used to all that sort of shit. Yeah, anyway, we're going to go right to the event. So we got up there Friday. Sorry, mental blank there. Friday night. And Gary, my sponsor for the weekend was 193 Racing, who I've got to say on here a massive, massive thank you for lending me even though it was a KX, lending me a motorcycle, which was fantastic. The suspension was his son's Robbie's, who weighs about like 55 kilos ringing wet. So it wasn't quite right, but it was awesome to have a bike and be able to go for a skid and score points, which is ultimately why I was going there to score points. I just wanted to see how far I could get down the ladder and in the clubman class there, and went into the series, went into the last 2 rounds in 17th and came out 11th overall. So, still knocked points off, and that's why I went. I wanted to see how if I could top 10. Couldn't quite top 10. The competition over the weekend was probably the fastest 11 guys in the series, perhaps, in the clubman class. So that made it pretty challenging, but definitely dropped some time, which was good, and got a bit quicker on the bike. And yeah, all in all, was pretty happy with my results. As far as the actual event, the weather was threatening all weekend. We were doing a bit of a track walk, and there were some puddles in the divots and that around the track, and I said to a couple of people, "Oh, it's been raining up here," and they said, "Yeah, a bit on and off." And still warm weather compared to Victoria or compared to where I'm from. Still warm
Anywhere's warm
weather.
compared to where you're from.
Yeah, and wet. So I guess on oil tracks, people that know oil tracks better than me, it probably wasn't ideal conditions for an oil track. The oval on the first day, so on the Saturday, which is it the 14th or the 15th? I'm all out of whack. Might have been the 15th or 16th. Anyway, on the Saturday I thought it was actually pretty good. It didn't break up like the previous year as much, but that is only my opinion. So I thought it was pretty good. That was definitely not my strong point. The TT on the next day did break up quite a bit, got pretty rough. Actually, Tom Herrick was saying to me it was incredibly rough. It was funny. I actually dropped time when it got rougher, so go figure. I don't know how that works, but it worked for me. And whenever they would roll it, the pack would get away from me again. So yeah, it was actually doing my head in because I'm actually not too bad on a like a road circuit and that sort of smoother circuit. So I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, when the track got rougher, maybe it just well no, because I definitely made time up. So maybe it slowed them down enough as well. I don't know. Yeah, going from the right hander into the jump, the spectators wouldn't have been able to see what spectators were there, but the track actually really ripped up there, and there wasn't oil anymore. It was just like a dusty dust bog, and you get roosted with little rocks and some rather larger rocks as well that were getting dug up. So it was quite interesting how the track was forming. There were some smooth bits, there were some rough parts. But in saying that, you've got to take your hats off to Gunnedah. Whether they should have ran it or not, well, to me, it was fine. To a dedicated oil tracker, it was probably the worst conditions, and they probably wouldn't have wanted to run them. But they got the last two rounds done, which were the championship deciders. So they sort of, I think, from the AFTN side of things, they wanted to really get it done and dusted and not finish, finish the championship with racing and not having to declare it cancelled. So hats off to the club because Saturday night it hammered down in my swag. Actually, I appreciated it hammering down because I'd had quite a few drinks and I was quite hot and my radiator was boiling over and it's like it cooled us down and I think the gentle pitter patter of the rain on my swag put me nicely to sleep. So that was fantastic. But it wasn't too great for the track. We woke up in the morning and there was huge big puddles everywhere, especially in the Balcurry Park corner, which is the concrete wall over the far side that turns in. There's the hard left, I guess you call it, or hairpin left.
The abattoir corner.
That's the one, thank you, that heads towards the jump. That was pretty, well and truly drenched. But they brought it back, and considering all of that, they brought it back well. I thought I don't know if the magic carpet went out, but there was definitely a brush, and they had the ute with some crusher dust and that sort of stuff, and were laying it down. So, it's one of those things. You'd be upset if they cancelled it. Should you be upset that they managed to get the track going? And so my lap times might not have been great, but I was getting awesome starts and being able to hold a few people up at the start, which some weren't so happy about, and others were fine with it. Jason Griffin, I think, blew past me just about every start. Yeah, some of those holes, I'm not quite sure how he fitted through them, but he did a good job. And no one went down, as far as I know, from any impacts or anything like that in the clubman class. I think the racing was pretty clean. I wasn't up in the mix in the front, so I don't know if it got argy-bargy. But as a start of any race, especially that one, you've got quite a long straight into the turn one. Yeah, you've got to take your positions. You've got to try to get them. So it can get a bit like that.
Turn one worked out? Because I know that was your kryptonite, your sort of worst corner to get your head around. Did you?
It was still my kryptonite. Still my kryptonite a little bit. I was being a little bit too cautious through there sometimes. But I didn't leave the track there, which was good. So not once during the weekend. But on the first day on the oval, I left the track like 3 times in the first practice. So going into turn one. So and that was me. I actually was deliberately trying to push a bit harder and I don't know, just keep sliding and slid off the track. I actually rode over the magic carpet at one point. But anyway, all good. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about my catastrophe of a weekend. Well, it really wasn't because, like I said, scored points and only missed out by one spot of what my goal was anyway. So it's pretty good, really. And especially being on a bike that I'm not familiar with either. The other races will go to I brought up the times and like I said, we're not going to pussyfoot around because I've got to go to work. Tom's got shit on as well. Are you working or
Yeah,
have you
no, I'm
gone?
working
Yeah.
still.
Yeah. So while he's doing work, I'm doing work and going to work. That's how it is. So why is it? Oh yeah. So round points, we'll start with Junior 85s. And they actually, I think they were out before us. So it was sort of hard to watch the racing. Can you see that screen share thing there?
Yep.
Go away. Why? I don't want it there. Go away. That's better. Taking out the round 6, which was on the oval at Gunnedah. And like I said, I actually thought it was pretty good. It did get in pit corner, it did get quite lumpy on the inside, or just off the inside. I jammed my foot in a hole in one of the races, and it bloody hurt. But yeah, so it sort of freaks me out because they don't grade it; they roll it, and it was definitely smoother. So it's like the oil must, move quite a bit in that. But taking out the top step for the day was George Hongfest from Queensland. Lucy Heaton New in second on the 14 machine, and Hugo Holmes on the 5 machine in third. So that was your top 3 place getters. Brody Ford was strong all weekend. He was in fourth. Isaac Cross fifth. Flynn Beard sixth. Bo Baker seventh. Jai French eighth. Angus Passon 9. Roy Duggan 10. Zach Salmon 11th. Cooper Gunny 12th. Sebastian Hagen 13th, and Chad Armstrong in 14th. So they were your junior 85s.
And also,
Yeah.
congratulations to Hugo Holmes. I believe he was the Motorcycle New South Wales Junior Rider of the Year too. I think they had those awards on the Saturday night as you guys were at Gunnedah. They had that in Bankstown, New South Wales. So congratulations to Hugo for the Junior Rider of the Year.
There was a few. They did call them out on Sunday morning at the riders' briefing. I didn't have a pen or paper because I was standing there in my levers. Yeah, so they got a few round of applause. I think there was a couple female ones too, but I can't. Have you got them all there with you?
No, I don't. I do believe
No,
that
okay.
Daniel Wicks got Senior Rider of the Year.
Yeah.
For dirt track. And the other ones for dirt track, I wasn't 100% sure. Only what I sort of saw briefly on social media.
And our new ring-in, who she's not on today because I didn't have a chance to, literally, guys, half an hour ago, I said to Tom, are you good in half an hour and we'll squeeze this in and get it done? So but I thought it was just going to be easier not to get Ange involved as well. But Ange took home the Volunteer of the Year award, I'm pretty sure it was. So that was fantastic. Great work, Ange. You deserve that. She's been everywhere, driving all over the place. Albury and Griffith and where else has she been?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Think she
I've
went.
been
I think she was
everywhere,
at
man.
Broadford. Officiated a meeting at Broadford.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah,
great work.
yeah.
Without people like Ange, I'm sure you're aware, a lot of racing wouldn't happen.
Mm.
So the junior lights was really good racing. I did get to watch quite a bit of that. It was good to see Sam Drain back over from America and the Drain family. Got to have a quick chat to Matt and Tom. We still haven't had Tom on. I actually didn't say to him in the pits either. I was been slapping myself on the wrist a bit that we haven't had him on to celebrate the achievements he made in the American flat track. I'm sure most of the people listening to this will know what they are. He was the first ever non-American, so foreigner, to win a AFT title, which is bloody damn amazing. And
Definitely.
he's a young, good kid, and it's great to see his achievements. But yeah, sorry, Tom, that we haven't shouted that out enough. So Sam Drain took the day out pretty strong. fighting with Jed Fife there in second all day. Nate Jager, Nico Donovan in fourth. Sorry, Nate in third there. So Sam, Jed, and Nate are your top three. Nico Donovan there in fourth. Lenny Duggan fifth. Hugh Hope Hodgetts in sixth. Johnny Cooper seventh. Archie Ryman eighth. Jared Banks nine. Riley Phoenix, sorry. He was pitted with me and I can't even say his name. Riley Phoenix 10th. And Indy Wildsmith 11, and Mia Blackford in 12th. So
I believe Riley had an incident on the Sunday and got hurt his knee, I think it was.
yeah, so that was really bizarre. I was actually watching him to see because he's never ridden this track before, so he was struggling a little bit on the oval, but going okay. And the next day on the PT, he came in with a huge smile and said, "Oh, that just feels so good." He loved it right off the bat, and I think his times were showing that. And was it a race? I think it must have been the first race of the day. I thought, "Oh, go and have a watch because I've got a bit of time before my race. So I'll go and see how he's going." And I went to have a look at him, and just as I went over, he pulled off the back corner between the abattoir corner and the TT the right hander into the jump. So that little straight there, he was just pulling off there, and I thought, oh shit, he's had a mechanical. That's a bastard. Then he just fell over. So I believe he put his foot down somewhere, and it grabbed, and he dislocated his knee. So when he went to stop, he couldn't support his weight, so he just fell over.
Speedy recovery to Riley.
Yeah, speedy recovery, mate. So he did go off to Tamworth Hospital and get it looked at and got some meds, got it put back in place because it was actually out, and got a big brace on it, and it's told, use the crutches and that stuff, which he wasn't when I saw him hobbling around, typical teenager. So we'll see. Hopefully he does the right thing, and it'll be a good, quick recovery for him.
So hopefully he's lucky now that season ending. He's got a couple of months to recover and get it sorted.
Yeah, well, there's a few things on. There's a practice day on at Albury this coming weekend, I think it is, or possibly the next one. And also, actually, I think it's the next one. And also, Myrtleford are doing. So if you do see on social media about the TT at Myrtleford, as far as I know, unless they've put one in, it doesn't have a jump, but it's more than a kidney shape. It's sort of, because that's quite a small track. It makes it pretty technical and it's pretty cool, apparently. I've ridden the Speedway Oval, but I haven't ridden that TT section because they weren't running it the day I was there. If I'm sounding a little bit funny, I think my tooth at the left-hand back side of my mouth is going, and it's causing a bit of pain. So I'm struggling to talk
make
a
any
little
difference to the way you sound anyway. It's all good. That's always funny.
Well, you should have a talk to Jed Fife about that. You know what I'm talking about, Jed. So quite offensive indeed. So last round for the twins. And it was really, really cool to see Luke Goff there on Matt Drain's Indian, and to see the Indian getting around. Sounded beautiful, looked good. He was on the back wheel down the straight a few times, just showing off. And I did catch up to Luke and have a quick chat to him and asked him, what do you reckon? And he said, yeah, real easy to ride, etc., etc. But he said you can tell that if you don't respect it, it will bite you in the ass. So that was pretty cool. So he comfortably won that. He didn't always get the whole shot, so he didn't always. I think the first race he was like third or fourth off the start, but then came back around quite comfortably. Corey Banks there in second. So Luke Clough took out the day. Corey Banks in second. Ashley Wildsmith in third. Ryan New on fourth. Keely Pritchett in fifth, and Bade Hunt in sixth. So only 6 twins. All the twins riders I've spoken to said they'd like to see more. Obviously, so actually the junior numbers weren't terrible, but the senior numbers were down a bit. I'm not sure why they were. We're missing a couple twins there that were at Griffith. So, I'm not sure what the story is behind all that. But, the twins twins were good. There was a few battles going on. Ryan Yu, Ashley Wildsmith, Corey Banks all battling. Yeah, I still forgot to go and have a look at Banksy's Higher Sung. I'd like to have a look at that. Pretty interesting, actually. On to the Pro 450 class. So for the day, Thomas Herrick taking that one out, followed by Michael Kirkness, Cameron Dunker, Cooper Archibald, Daniel Wicks, Brandon Burns, Billy Ryan, Marty McNamara, Jordan Dool, and Callum Butcher. So they're your top 10. And since I've stuffed up and I started reading everyone out anyway and all the other classes by accident, I'll let you know from 10th to 19th was Jet Carter, Matt Davies, Jack Griffin, James Sorty, Michael Price, Corey Banks, Josh Unicombe, Gary Roltman, and Ryan Yu. So, to be honest, I didn't actually watch a lot of the 450 class, and it's not because I didn't want to. It's more just I was actually melting at that point. I was pretty hot. The sun had come out. It's hot in the levers, and I was just recovering and drinking lots of fluid. Yeah, so really didn't see heaps of it. Unfortunately, there was a name missing there. I'm going to address the elephant in the room, and Tom Arnold. I sent him a message the other day,
Armstrong.
actually. Armstrong. Fuck, I keep calling him Arnold. I don't know why. Tom Armstrong, yeah, had a big crash, and it wasn't looking good. But as far as I'm aware, he's going to be okay and on the mend. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of downtime, and we'll see where he goes. But yeah, all the best. And anyone else that went down that we missed, all the best to you as well, recovery wise. There was another one in the 450 class with Billy Ryan, and I'm not sure who went down with him. You know, I sent Billy a message too, and he said, yeah, he's all good, just bumped and bruised, but he'll come back bigger and stronger, no problems. That could have been the track conditions, I'm not sure. Or I think they were just fighting for a position into turn one. So the next day, what am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Crowd attendance. There's a few there on Saturday, not so many on Sunday. So I'm not sure if that was because of the weather. You would have to assume it probably would be that it was raining overnight. People just went, oh, they're probably not even going to do it. But yeah, as I said, they chose to push through, which would be a fair assumption to think that wasn't going to head, especially if you are around the bike club there and know how it operates generally. Yeah, like I said, I sort of think hats off to them. They got it done. And I'm not an oil racer. So funnily enough, that's not the worst track conditions I've ever ridden. So to me, I've been on much worse sand granite tracks. So junior 85s on the second day, obviously changing it up. We haven't looked at the times or anything just because we're on a time schedule ourselves. So it's going to take too long if we start doing that today. Unfortunately, do you want to read this one out since you're just sitting there?
Yeah, why not? The winner was a 43 of Flynn Beard. Second was Brody Ford. Third was Bo Baker. Fourth was Lucy Heaton New. Fifth was George Holmquist. Fifth was Hugo Holmes. Sixth was Jive French. Seventh was Isaac Cross. Eighth was Isaac Cross. Ninth was Roy Duggan. 10th was Zach Salmon. 11th was Chad Armstrong. 12th was Cooper Guiney. 13th was Sebastian Hangen. Yep, Hangen. I think I got it. And 14th is Angus Passon.
Well, we know your pronunciation's 10 times better than mine, so I'm just going with whatever you're saying, even if it's wrong. Yeah, yep. So that's
so it's good that the results up towards a top 5, top 6 sort of thing was a little different than Saturday. It shows that the change of format definitely brought out different skills and different riders. It's good.
Yeah, it is, and that's as we've expressed on this pod before. You know, that's a great thing about a series and having the couple different formats. It's really does change it up, and you do see some riders obviously aren't quite as strong on one rather than the other. There is one name there that's pretty consistent though, and that's Lucy Heaton New, the only girl I believe in the 85 class, and she really is a gun. Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome what she's up to. So
definitely.
well done, Lucy. Junior lights. So 250 machines again. Again, changed up a bit. Nico Donovan found his feet on the TT. Sam Drain there in second. Jed Fife in third. Nate Jager fourth. Lenny Duggan fifth. Hugh Hope Hodgett sixth. Johnny Cooper seventh. Archie Ryman eighth. Jared Banks ninth. Indy Wildsmith 10th. And Mia Blackford 11th. So Riley Fennick out of that one. Yeah, and good racing, actually. I did watch some of this, and yeah, some good battles going on there. Jed really wanted to keep Nico behind him, but obviously today that didn't happen on the Sunday in all the races anyway. I think we'd have to go. I haven't got time for it. So to fact check, I didn't think Nico did a clean win. No, what's it say there? So he must have got a second in race 1 and 2, is it?
Just quickly, I think you might have to go back. I don't think he did Clubman in round 6.
Didn't I?
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah. See, that's why you're here. See?
Yeah, well, hey.
Earning his cup of tea.
That's it.
Sorry, guys.
Just a quick thought. I don't think you did. So, yeah.
Good thought. I think you're right. Well,
Okay.
I told everyone how badly I did, so you don't need to see proof of it.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to see all the people that beat you. You got Sam Hollands, the second place. You got the youngster Cooper Carney. Third place is Reese Irvin. Fourth place is Tyler Davies. Fifth place is Reese Sandow. Sixth place is Wes Barnes. Seventh place is AJ Muggleton. Ninth place is Jason Griffin. 10th place is Mitch Wolf. Ninth place is Mitch Wolf. 10th place Cooper Dunn. 11th place James Glennon. And 12th place yours truly, Darcy KLAVR. I believe that Cooper Carney had to get an exemption for round 1 and 2 as he was only 15 to race in Clubman class. It wasn't quite a senior yet. So for him to come out of junior 250s, I think on a new bike as well, and come out and do so well in the Clubman class, yeah, I can't wait till he starts hitting some senior races and some senior ranks too. It's gonna be awesome. He's Matt's young apprentice, so yeah, got to meet the kid quite a few times, and yeah, he's a really nice kid. I think he's actually a relative of Ashley Wildsmith, so that Wildsmith family's definitely got some motorcycle talent. So yeah, you see where he gets it from.
Yeah, one little story there. We're sitting at the start line about to start, and then a hand goes up from another rider, points at young Cooper Carney, the apprentice's bike, which is spewing oil everywhere.
Oh, shit.
So, I believe it was an O-ring or something split or didn't go, or he didn't tighten it up. I can't remember. We were laughing at him anyway.
So they got it sorted so it could keep going?
He got it sorted. Yeah, they cleaned it up, and I believe he made the restart. Actually, I think he made the restart.
Yeah,
A couple of the races, I think it was on Sunday. He jumped the start, was a little bit too eager, But yeah, easily made his way back through the field. I think him and Scott were having some awesome battles actually, because they both jumped the start and had to start from the penalty line at different races, and they both made their way back to the front.
Scott who?
Hollands.
Isn't it Sam Hollands?
Sam Hollands. Yeah. God, you think I've got to go back to work and drive
I don't think I heard of Scott there. I'm thinking, is there someone that just flew
Sam
in?
Hollands.
Yeah, Sam Hollands. Yeah.
There's a Scot somewhere in the world that's appreciating a shout out. Because I was going to say, there was 11 of us on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to figure out who dropped out, and it was Wes. So, yeah, Wes dropped out.
Oh, why is that?
He did say on his Facebook post, and I've totally forgotten what it was about.
Because he was up there all year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's going really well. So, So it's good evidence.
Hopefully nothing major.
Well, if you are friends with him on Facebook, you'll be able to have a look and check out why. Sorry, I've forgotten. I've got too many things going on in my little brain at the moment. It's overloading pretty easily, as you may be able to tell. So in first position is Reese Irvin, followed by Sam Hollands, followed by Cooper Carney then third. So that was your top three. AJ Magellan in fourth, Reece Sandow fifth, Cooper Dunn sixth, Mitch Wolf seventh, Jason Griffin eighth, Tyler Davies ninth, and James Glenn 10th, and myself in 11th.
So, and again, you see the change of results with the track format.
Yeah, and there was Tyler Davies was lying in the middle of a corner on one race. He went down.
TV.
I was expecting him to come back past me too, and he didn't. So whether he's hurt or not, hopefully not, Tyler. So yeah, I think that was the only one that came off in our race. I think a couple guys went a little bit wide. I went wide in that first corner a few times myself, but never came off the track or off the bike. It is I don't know, if you ride it all the time, you probably think we're idiots and go, it's an easy corner, but
we're idiots.
It can be. Well, no, it wasn't just me that went wide a couple of times. I was watching a couple of the guys in front of me, and they did as well. But yeah, just recovered quick enough.
I've seen the best of that track overshoot the corner and everything else in between. So it's just it takes a split second to get it wrong, and yeah, you're off.
Yeah, but no, that was good efforts by everyone in the club, and I think all in all, it was pretty fair, clean racing. Everyone may not share that opinion, but I believe it was that way.
I think maybe a few that won't share that opinion, but yeah.
So yeah, the Pro 450, Cam Dunker, the last race of the day was definitely dominating. I think it was the last two. All day by the looks of it, but the last two I watched, he had great leads. So Daniel Wicks took out second, Cooper Archibald third, Michael Curtness fourth, Thomas Herrick fifth. Oops, your top three were Cameron Duncan, Daniel Wicks, and Cooper Archibald. Sorry about that, getting carried away. And then top 10 from third was Michael Kirkness, Thomas Herrick, Brandon Burns, Jet Carter, Cullen Butcher, Billy Ryan, and Jack Griffin. Well done, Jack, at top 10 there. And also I want to shout out Jet Carter, J25. I was watching a couple of the 450 races, and he's having pretty good starts, like he'd been second or third, but unfortunately just not holding those positions. But yeah, he was looking good. From 10th onwards was Jordan Dool, Matt Davies, Corey Banks, James Hawley, Michael Price, Katana Robinson, Gary Rotman, Marty McNamara, Ryan New, and Josh Unico. So I'm not sure what was going on with Marty. I think he might have struggled, been on the struggle bus all weekend a bit. And the same, a couple of the other riders there I know were struggling. I've talked to James Hawley. He said he couldn't really figure out his suspension all weekend. I don't think Jordan Dool was quite on fire like we have seen him in the past there. Again, it could be track conditions, it could be mindset. I don't know what's going on of everyone's life. Matt Davies was riding well from what I saw. It's all a little bit mishmashed in my head to what days I was watching. But yeah, when I was watching Matt, he looked like he was going okay.
Yeah, the 2-day events do get a bit flat out sometimes.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, series points. So that was our round points. Series points overall, and what gave us our Australian champions. Oh, bugger, I'm going to have to go back again because I didn't do the twins. And
there was no twins on Sunday.
No, that's right. But I didn't do the overall points on the Saturday, which gave us our champions, which I want to go in. So, new Australian champion, congratulations to 122 Bo Baker. Awesome effort. Brodie Ford there in second, and Flynn Baird in third. So, yeah, congratulations, top three in Australia, getting the podium, getting their medallions. Big smiles all around. Just missing out, Lucy Heaton, new, Jai French there in fifth, George Homequist in sixth, who had some great results. Obviously being coming down from Queensland as well, putting in a lot of effort. Or a lot of these people travel a long way. So Roy Duggan in seventh, Hugo Holmes. We've had Roy on the podcast before. You can go and check that one out with the Duggan brothers. Chad Armstrong there in 9th, and Cooper Gunny in 10th. So I'm just starting to run out of time, so keep them short. Oh, piss off. Oh. Why?
Junior,
Go away.
I can't
Oh,
see what he's doing on his screen behind the screen share, so he's
oh
yelling
yeah.
something. It's either that or he's yelling at me because I've abandoned
Oh,
the
can
last
you not
couple
see
of-
what I'm doing?
Nah, not when you're saying piss off. It's obviously something that's coming up on your screen that you're trying to
Oh, I
find.
don't know. Yeah, if it's a taskbar, yeah. Taskbar, oh, there. They're coming up, but it wouldn't go down, so I can't click on the results for series
All right.
points.
Yep.
Rightio, you want to read this one out, mate?
Yeah, the Australian champion for the junior lights is Jed Fife. Second place is Nico Donovan, and third place is Hugh Hope Hodgetts. So love seeing Jet and Nico go at it. No matter where they are, they always find themselves or find each other, especially at the front of the pack. It was awesome watching them at Griffith. There's only rounds I got to this year of the AFTN, so it's awesome to see those two guys finish on pretty close points considering the how much points you got for a win. So yeah, congratulations to those guys. Fourth place, Lenny Duggan. Fifth place, Johnny Cooper. Sixth place, Taj Edwards. Seventh place, Jared Banks. Eighth place, Max Carter. Ninth place, Riley Fennick. 10th place, Mia Blackford. So yeah, congratulations to the top 10.
Yeah,
Did you want to
awesome
go
effort.
Twins now or Clubman?
Look, we'll do Clubman. We'll go back to Twins because it's, a few windows to close and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, taking out the support class for the Aussie Flat Track Nationals was Sam Hollins on the 122 machine, followed by Reese Irvin and Cooper Carney in third there. So, yeah, these guys, every round that they went to, were pulling the Pro 450 times and could easily perform well in there, which I believe we're going to see next year. Actually, a huge shout out to Rod. I'm pretty sure it's Rod. Sorry if I've got your name mixed up. Sam's dad, he came over and said good day to me and said he loves the pod and that. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thanks for listening to the back catalogue. I hope it's given you hours and hours of listening pleasure, listening to us ramble on about a whole lot of bullshit.
The entertainment
in
would be
the
phenomenal.
sport. But yeah, they were saying how they're loving the series, loving the podcast. So yeah, awesome to have them on board and Sam come racing. He hadn't been on a bike since junior, I believe.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I remember him. I either raced him like just when he turned senior, or he was at one of the New South Wales races I went to when I did that road trip.
Yeah, I vaguely
years back,
recognize
and
the name.
Yeah, he was pretty quick then too. So, yeah, well done, Sam, coming in and taking that out. Fourth place right through to the rest of the field. Tyler Davies, fourth. Reece Sandow, fifth. Wesley Barnes, sixth. Jason Griffith, seventh. James Glennon, eighth. Neil Girdler, ninth. Mitch Wolf, 10th. Darcy KLAVR, 11th. Alex Glennon, 12th. Peter Smith, 13th. Timothy Holdup, 14th. AJ Madrilton, 15th. Ezra Simpson, 16th. Luke Piskaski, 17th, Cooper Dunn 18th, Alex Griffin 19th, Lawrence Farley 20th, Matt DeMel, I'm saying that wrong, but anyway, sorry, mate.
You've done
21st.
about 4 wrong, so keep going. You're all right.
Yeah, Brian Bowman 22nd, Shane Richards 23rd, Riley Chaplin 24th, and Michael Anderson 25th. So obviously,
Shane Richards in the Twins as well.
Yeah, obviously a few of them haven't made every round, and that's why they've gone back in the points. And that's what happens in the series if you don't turn up to all of them. Like I missed 3 rounds, so I only did 4 rounds and ended up 11th. So the more you can get to, the better you're going to do. Yo. So Pro 450, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever noise you made then. No, series points, not round points.
Thank you. So you can see my cursor.
Yeah, just.
So, consistency. I'm going to start calling him Mr. Consistency. Pays off, and Thomas Herrick does it again, carrying their number 1 for another year, which he was pretty happy. Yeah, he seemed pretty relaxed, actually, I've got to say, over the 2 days. I was talked to him a couple of times, and he was seeming pretty relaxed, which was good, even after Tom Armstrong's get off. I know that rattled quite a few people. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he stayed cool, calm, and collective, and did what he had to do to take the series out again. So, well done, Daniel Wicks. Had some good races. Actually, looked pretty quick, and obviously Cameron Dunker was on form on the Sunday. So your top three for the series: first, second, third. Here, Wicks, Dunker. And then carrying on, Billy Ryan, unfortunately, crashing out. Armstrong crashing out. Oh, sorry, Billy keeps scoring, but that did ruin his chances of, I think, how many points short was he there
It's 50
off the
points.
podium?
Yeah, there wasn't
Yeah,
much.
yeah. So if he stayed upright and kept going, there was a good chance he could have knocked Dunker off the podium. But anyway, it wasn't to be done. But Billy's really made himself known this year. Coming into seniors and being in the top five is pretty amazing. So well done, mate. We've also done a pod with the next two guys, Billy Ryan and Tom Armstrong. If you want to check them out, please do. That'd be great. They were good pods. So that was fourth and fifth. Brandon Burns, sixth. Chet Carter, seventh. Cooper Archibald, eighth. Colin Butcher, ninth. Ben Graben, 10th, Jack Griffin for 11th, Rowan Jacobs, 12th, James Hawdy, 13th, Dale Borlass, 14th, Michael Kursk, 15th, Michael Price, 16th, Corey Banks, 17th, 18th, Lachlan Moody, Ryan New, 19th, Jordan, how do you say his last name? Littress?
Johnny Letras, yeah.
Johnny Littress.
People were saying it was pronounced another way, but I had watched Australian Superbikes round from a while ago, and that's the way they were pronouncing his name religiously. So it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. So 20th, Jordan Doyle 21st, Matt Davies 22nd, Gary Ruttman 23rd, Daniel Leonetti 24th, Josh Unicombe 25th, Marty McNamara 26th, Katana Robinson 27th, Lyndon Mudgee 28th, Hudson Collin 29th, Harrison Griffin 30th. Oh, I'm getting hard to focus here. Anthony Cress 31st, Tyler Davies 32nd. So obviously there's some clubman names in here because they did Maryborough
Yeah.
in the Pro 450. David Armstrong, 33. Christian O'Donnell, 34th. Brendan McCower, 35th. Edward Grabham, 36. Jason Griffin, 37th. And Reece Sandown, 38. Now we're going to quickly flip back. We're running over time yet? No.
No, you've got 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Oh, stress. Where's the button? Where is it? There. This is what my whole day's been like fucking half finishing shit and then moving on. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm not complaining. Love it.
Yeah, you are.
There we go. So the final round of twins claiming, and I can say it, a newest first ever Australian champion. So two first evers this year, maybe three, but two that are only springing to my mind right now is the women's this year and also a twins champion, which was Ashley Wildsmith. And he looked bloody good on that bike, actually. They've still got a few things to change, he was saying when I had to chat to him, but and some things they don't know how they can change or if they can change. But yeah, look, Ashley, I think you're looking pretty smooth. He's pretty quick on it, like you were saying. Cooper relatives, so maybe they spend a lot of time on oil. I don't know Ashley very well, so I don't know his background, where
Yeah.
all his racing's
The
come from.
Wildsmith family's from Temora, and that's a
Yeah,
hard track too. So they've
yeah,
definitely got with West Wyalong, Temora, Griffith. You know what I mean? They've got a few oil tracks around the river in that area. So
yeah,
yeah, he's always been super
yeah,
fast no matter where he's gone.
yeah. Right. So that's awesome that he's brought that Ducati home. That was the one that AJ Mudgeldon built. In
Oh,
second
right, okay.
place
Yeah.
was Ryan New on the Kawasaki, which he bought off Matt Davies. Did a great job on it as well for a new bike for him and was loving it. Yeah, I said to him, how do you find the twins? And he just smiled. So he didn't have to say anything after, which he did, but he didn't have to.
Yeah. No.
So Keely Pritchett there on the Suzuki in third. Corey Banks just missing out of the podium there by 62 points. Pete Smith on a KDM, which was it's not a KDM, that's a bloody Ducati too, but it's for some reason in there as KDM. Bode Hunt there in sixth. Luke Goff in seventh, only doing the one round which he took out. Kristen O'Donnell eighth. Shane Richards in ninth, and Daniel Lawrence 10th. Rocco Nardi with the coolest name in 11th.
I like the fact that you've got almost 7 different manufacturers.
Yeah, it is cool.
7, 8, no more than that. 1, 2.
So Kristen O'Donnell
5, 6,
winning it, was
7,
it 2 years
9.
in a row on the CF Moto, and it wasn't. I feel for Christian because it wasn't a Australian championship. So it's a shame he couldn't make the rounds for whatever reason and battled it out.
Yeah,
because he goes pretty well on those CF motos.
that was 9 different manufacturers out of 11.
Yeah,
that's unreal.
Yeah, it's unreal. It is good. Would like to see more. Yeah, the KLAVR Harley Davidson is still. I'm still waiting on the machining to be finished of a new disc carrier and stuff, a sprocket and disc carrier that I'm getting made out of one piece. Before it was our prototype. So once that's done, and then the new seat board's fiberglass, which might be far away, that will be up for a waffle, and I hope someone will run it in this series and our Victorian series. So yeah, a few changes coming our way, I believe. I wasn't going to say too much on the matter because I talked to Dave on the Friday, and he said, the clubman class isn't quite working, so come up with something else. And he told me that they're going to have a vets class. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, if it's vets 35 plus, 40 plus, or 50 plus, or how it works. I don't know all the ins and outs. Apparently, so I heard people talking about it on Sunday. I was keeping it quiet because I didn't think it was going to be publicised yet. But Gary said they got a text or something, but I never got a text. So anyway, I'm pretty sure it was announced, so most of you will know. So there will be, by the sounding of it, no clubman next year. So this isn't really the way. It's not my series. It's not really the way I would have gone, but it's great they're making a change, and they are acknowledging that clubman wasn't quite a clubman class.
Well, they're going to keep making changes until something works. So.
Until it works.
That might not be I agree with you. That might not be the direction that they should go in. But at the end of the day, if he's testing...
It's a direction.
Yeah, if he's testing all avenues and seeing anything that's possible, see what works, what doesn't work, you can't knock him for that.
No, that's right. Yeah, no, definitely not knocking Dave or the AFTN series, not at all. Just, I don't think it's going to solve the problem that they were having. So there's a pretty obvious reason to that to me, is that it's young guys aren't just the fast guys. So, and that was sort of what was mentioned to me, is that, it's going to make the young guys be in 450, Pro 450, and the faster young guys into the Pro class, which, yes, that's the class they're going to have to enter. But we have fast vets. Vets is not every vets race I've been in Australia, in dirt track or flat track. Not that we've had vets flat track, but I race against a lot of vets in that class, like, Jason Griffin, Mitch Wolf. I know I'm missing a couple. I just can't think of them.
Josh McCosker.
Yeah, Josh McCosker.
But it's everyone.
Yeah, Marty Mick.
Like you're saying yesterday on the phone, it's everyone over the age of 35. So you've got Paul Kaslik, Michael Curtis, McNamara, Luke Goff, Luke Richards, the names there that are still highly competitive are endless.
Yeah, and even if it's not a championship, they might still like to go in it to win it. So
yeah.
I don't
a renamed old person's clubman class?
Yeah, like I said, there may be restrictions and that they put in place. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah.
haven't.
I think it's interesting to
I
see
don't
how
know
it
all the
goes.
ins and outs.
Yeah,
But then on the other coin, not all young people were fast.
mm,
So on the other side of the coin, so I'm faster than some of the young club riders, and if they want to go into the AFTN and they're going in with in the 450 class, then
mm.
it's the same problem exists. They're going to be out of their depth. So that's why everyone was saying, qualify an ABC, because then you're in with people. There's always going to be a top and a bottom of that grouping,
Mm.
but they're going to be in a more similar range, speed range to you. So,
Yeah, the only thing I'd
uh,
be afraid of is still having Pro 450 A and B and having the same qualifying system and cutoff system. Are you going to have the people from Clubman that may think they're not going to be able to qualify bothering to go to these events if they can't ride?
yeah, oh, that's like I was stating before. We don't know all the ins and outs, so there's
Mm.
no point speculating. I wish them all the best, and I hope that it works. The women's class running that again, that was a risk, and they got enough women to support it. So it's more a wait and see. But I do believe there'll be some structure changing. So it'll be good to. It is good to see that they are trying different things.
Yeah, I like the
And,
fact that they're changing it around, not just running it as
yeah,
as
not
is.
just
It's hopeful and
I from I haven't exactly from the horse's mouth heard it, but from people that are good friends with other people have said that's why they're not coming because they what's the point? But I don't know. I sort of find that a weak excuse too. On the other hand, like I knew I was going to be up against it this weekend, and I still came. I want to ride. I want to get better. It does, racing faster guys can help pull you along a bit too, which
yeah.
I sort of felt it did this weekend. There was probably only one race. Well, it actually was the long race, which I did have a bit of a moment before that. I'm not sure if it was heat stroke or something. I was almost thrown up in my helmet, but I'm not. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I did struggle on that one, and I think Reese might have won that one, and when I was coming into TT jump, he was finishing. So what's that, half a lap down sort of thing,
Yeah.
a little bit over. So that was probably the worst I came in by. But yeah, I think it's healthy to race people that are quicker than you. Helps your racecraft and gets faster. It pulls you along a bit. So yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. And it's great to have another year of flat track racing done and dusted and to have the series existing in Australia. It's all positive. I hope you guys will keep supporting it. I know we've got some new lovers of it, like the Holland family and Reese Irvin, and hopefully they're all going to sign up for next year as well. And we'll wait and see what gets announced for next year, how many rounds, what circuits we're going to, if it's all going to stay the same. I have no idea. So I'm
Mm.
not on the inside of that. I'm not sure if AFTN even knows what they want to do yet. I imagine they do. They've already mentioned the vets class, so I imagine they're figuring out how to do their format. I don't know if the women's class will get more rounds. That would be great if they did. Again, we'd love to see more rounds for the twins as well. I think that will attract more bikes to sign up if they're getting more seat time. That was definitely not a I'm going to say turn off for me on the Harley. Like you know, one way to Gunnedah is 13 hours.
Mm.
If I was only racing the Harley and get 3 races and 2 qualifying sessions, yeah, that's sort of I don't know. I don't find it a huge attraction. We're always going to lose riders too. I think that might do half a year or a year and then go, oh look, the travelling's too much or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot of travelling.
It is a big
So
commitment.
yeah, it's a big commitment, and it can pull you away from other ventures.
Mm.
Maybe racing a dirt track series here or there, or yeah, I'm not sure what dirt track series you'd be doing, but maybe a titles meeting or something. You go, oh, I'm having to sacrifice that to have
Yeah.
the money and that to go to AFTN. So Yeah, all these things we knew would happen, sort of happening and showing, but I think we can push through. I think flat track can survive in Australia. I'm still planning to go ahead with the Victorian flat track, as I was telling people on the weekend. RSA has sort of gone belly up by the sounds of it. I was actually talking to the CEO today, and yeah, I don't think it's going to survive, unfortunately. You might see some negative comments going around on. There's actually a few things I really don't know what's factual and what's not, because you get one side, not the other, or you get the other and not the other. So, but so there actually is another organisation started out called AMCA, Australian Motorcycle. No, what was it? Oh, I'll have to look it up again. But it's ACMA. It's the acronym, and they're doing the same sort of thing RSA were doing. So what happened from the horse's mouth, which he's told me today, and I have no reason to not believe him, but he just couldn't raise the money, get enough clubs to join to carry on paying the $1.1 million it cost to do the policy and keep it going. So that's what's happened. I am trying to get Daryl to come on to talk to people and tell them the story from his mouth. Yeah, I can't vouch for whether he's kept money or anything like that. There's stuff on the social media that you might see people saying he's basically fraudulent and robbed people. Now, I don't think he is. I think he had the right intentions. I don't think he's been transparent enough and said, outright, this is what we're trying to raise. We need to keep clubs coming on to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's sort of what's happened. So that means we're good till February, but I don't know if there's any point me running with RSA at this stage, not with it being not knowing whether or not it will keep going after February. So yeah, I'll keep you posted with what I do decide and what I look at. I mean, I've only got two other options. So as far as insurance cover, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But it will come. I'm not going to give up. I mean, I could easily join Motorcycling Australia as a promoter tomorrow. It just might make certain tracks, but probably not doable. But we'll give it a crack. Well, that's my next mission. Now I've sort of got the house ready to go on the market and got the old man here till Sunday. So after Sunday, I'm going to dig into that, and I'll let you guys know where we're at. But good news as far as one of the venues that I was hoping to use, they're sort of just about ready to go, and they're going to do a couple come and practice days, and that's Undera Park Speedway in Victoria there, which is not far off the Hume. You can so when they happen, you'll probably see me post that as well. It's get down there and have a crack on that track, because that's one of the ones I'm hoping to run on, and it's an awesome 19s track. They call it the bull ring, and it's definitely that. It's a very small tight speedway track, and I call it a blip track. You pretty much one gear, blip it on, two wheel slide, blip it on, two wheel slide, just like that. So be your closest racing to indoor in Australia, I'd say, that sort of size. Yeah, so that's all to come, guys. Looking forward to getting that cracking, getting the work finished off, it's funny because I've got a shitload of files ready to launch on my computer, but now the shit's going down. But anyway, we'll get there one day. And like I've always said, we don't want to rush it so that we come out and it's a catastrophe from the start. I want it to be, we'll probably end up doing a tester. I think if I can do a tester at the start of next year or a couple, that would be really good. So yeah, keep your ears posted to the podcast, and I'll let you know as soon as I can. So also something I want to get better at the end of this year, since we're sort of wrapping up the season and start of next year, is asking you all to subscribe. No, I'm telling you, fucking subscribe, share the podcast. like it. The more you guys subscribe, the more it helps our algorithm as well, and on socials and that sort of stuff. So you're actually not just helping KLAVR, you're helping the sport, because that's why we're here. We're here because of the sport. That's why KLAVR was born. I can't say it enough. It's the same with our KLAVR Racer program, which is an affiliate-based program. Some people, people I invited were really interested, but they're not acting on it. It does take work. It's not something for nothing like a traditional sponsorship. You have to put a bit of work in, help us make some sales, and you get a cut of it. It's pretty simple. If you are interested in doing something like that, you might be struggling getting traditional sponsorship. Please, give it a crack. Jade's already, she's fired up to help you make sales and get a commission. So we're really keen for you to join, and you just have to be passionate about the sport. Let's say that. I'm not worried if you're number one in Australia, Thomas Herrick. That would be great if you came and did it. But anyone is welcome to apply. You just need to have the passion. Don't sign up if you're just not going to do anything. You're just wasting your time and our time. So so moving forward on those things, like I said, the more you guys share the pod, subscribe, the subscribe button's actually just as important, because the algorithms pick it up that these people are watching this content, and it actually starts notifying other people that might be interested in other disciplines of motorsport about this podcast. So if you could do that, we really appreciate that. And I don't know, what else can we say, Tom?
Like that like button.
Like that like button. Keep it sideways, guys. I'm 12 minutes over schedule, which isn't bad for a Dutch Kiwi. So keep it sideways. Go Flat Tracker. Till next time, guys. Catch ya.
Go Flat Tracker. Go Flat Tracker. Go, go, go.